Welcome back to the daily discussion. All right, so today I want to talk about how I think that Yoda from Star Wars is actually brilliant in the way he talks. Now, for those who don't know, instead of saying something to the effect of like, you will do this, he says, do this, you will. So he kind of speaks in a somewhat backward speech pattern. It's most people kind of laugh about it and joke about it, and it's kind of a fun thing with the Star Wars thing, and it's always kind of a running joke. But actually, now that some of the things I've learned recently, or kind of read about, or been reinforced through, it kind of makes me wonder now if that's actually not a semi-brilliant way to go about things. Now, let me explain. So, if you've ever told a kid, for instance, don't do that, and then they go ahead and do whatever they want, or whatever you just told them not to do, that's because, as research is showing, that children actually hear things in reverse order. So when you say don't do that, they first hear do that, and then they may or may not comprehend the don't. So, and I don't think that we ever grow out of that. Let me bring this to adulthood then. Simon Sinek, who's a big time leadership provider or mentor, key teacher, speaker, all those things. He talks about this frequently, and I know he's not the only one, but he's the one I've heard about the most and the most recently. So that's why I bring him up. But he says, "Don't think of a pink elephant." And then in a lot of his speeches, and then he goes, "I bet all of you just thought about a pink elephant," and everybody laughs because they did. So if you reverse that though, would that change? So if you say, think of a pink elephant, don't, to adults, right? Would it actually stop them? And for children, if you said something to the effect of, do that, don't, or do that, stop, or something like that, would they then hear the stop first? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know the answer to prevent them from doing that is actually not to do that, not to speak backwards, but to go ahead and give them an alternate path that you want them to take. Instead of giving them that secondary quote unquote option of being able to do it, you just give them some alternative path of, hey, let's do this instead. You don't even necessarily have to address what they're doing. You just say, hey, let's do this instead. And with adults, it's kind of the same thing. Instead of just continuously telling them what not to do, you'd probably be more effective by just going ahead and giving them alternatives or trying to guide them to an alternative rather than just telling them what they shouldn't do. Because most people don't like to be told what not to do. But if you give them alternatives, oftentimes they'll find one they like better anyway. So let me know what you think about that.